All right, so we have Dave. So you.
So at least you know what you're talking about.
The legislature.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us for April 1st, 2025 York City Council meeting. At this time, do we have any public comment for any non-agenda items?
Hello, my name is Sharif Hamid, York City resident, and
Can you speak up just a little bit?
oh, okay. Can you hear me better now?
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Myself and many other citizens of York is extremely concerned about the vaping stores that's opening by our schools. It's been going on. Me and Mr. Kirkland talked about it maybe 2-3 years ago with Smoke and Chill, but they don't want too far now. The one that's open just today, I know them because they're Muslim. That's a whole nother issue. They're 150 feet from Lincoln Elementary School. And then there's another one on the corner of Salem Avenue and Penn Street that's about 150 feet from the middle school. They have very addictive items in there. I have talked to someone in York City School District. I'm not going to say their name. It's already an epidemic because the children is using it and selling it to each other at the high school. And every single vape shop is either in a black or brown community, or it's by the school out the Parkway. You got Ferguson School up the street, Devers the other way, and then the projects right there. But this one that opened, it used to be a muffler shop, Miles Muffler, I believe, right across the street from the Turkey Hill.
Yeah.
That's 150 feet from the middle school, the elementary school. Got the bright lights there that attracts the children. I don't know how they get past it because I used to live in North Carolina and I did the same job there. I was a therapist, and the zoning law there was strictly 1,000 feet. And they had placement rules where placement of the items in the store couldn't be eye level with the children, and they had to be back behind the register, or I could write them up and then the city would warn them or shut them down. But this is a public epidemic. It could be if it isn't already there. My main concern is the children, but even across the street from the one on Salem Avenue, I talked to one of the members at Bell Socialization. They're dealing with addiction there with an item they have called Cadium, I believe. If you take crack or heroin or something and get sick, it's supposed to heal your sickness. But now the people there, according to this gentleman who goes there, or he goes the life path, they're already dealing with addiction there. And then, like I said, I talked to a York City member who said that the children are already passing it back and forth, selling it, taking it. And the children go back and forth there every day. You got Smoke and Chill, which is 2 blocks up the other way. There's another one that just opened on the corner of Pershing and Market. Right there, what's the common denominator? 2 blocks away from York High, and other children, other community members. It could be a public epidemic. I have a degree in addiction and counseling, but it don't take no degree to know what this stuff does to our youth and adults. If an adult wants to take it, that's on them. But our children, 150 feet away from the elementary school, and they got the bright lights there to attract them. That tintillates the brain because of the bright lights. That's scientifically proven. That's why McDonald's has the yellow and the red, because it taps into your appetite. That's why they did that back in the 60s. They just didn't randomly do that. And now it's bright lights at this place. It's called Stop and Go. So it's a public epidemic. I talked to the principal at the school, and he's very upset about it. And he's from Philadelphia, and even in Philadelphia, The zoning law there is 500 feet. You take 3-4 steps and you're right there. I mean, they've gone too far. And I've talked to, like I said, the principal at the elementary school. I guess he's the principal at the elementary and at middle school. Miss Aguina, you know, because you used to be on, you know, the board there. So I'm not taking this light. I never took it light. But this is beyond me with the zoning laws. I guess they pass it because it's listed as a retail store, just like Turkey Hill has cigarettes, but they have things that can actually kill you. It's a whole smorgasbord of drug paraphernalia, hookah paraphernalia, and things that make you addictive. And people, unsavory people, just like back in the day when 40 ounces came out, what did we do? We just got a runner, someone that didn't care, and he or she will go in, get us a 40, but that was just a 40 ounce. You're talking about things that can kill you, like fentanyl. My brother died from fentanyl just a few years ago, and the fentanyl is about much as is on my fingertip. That's all it takes. They're spiking the weed with it. This ain't nothing to play with or take light. These are our babies.
Thank you, Mr. Amin.
You know?
Is there any other public comments at this time regarding non-agenda items?
How y'all doing?
Hello.
All right, I missed y'all. I'm Gito G's. I actually.
What's your name?
My name is Brian, but I go by Gito G's in the community. Everybody know me as Gito.
Brian.
Gooden, Goodin.
Thank you.
You know, a few years back, me, Brother Sharif, a few other guys, we actually stood out at Smoke and Chill and kind of been trying to raise awareness about Smoke and Chill for years, or for the years they've been open. And, you know, I think a lot of people got it misunderstood, this Smoke and Chill thing, and the reason why I've always been against it, because early on I seen who it was targeting, and it's targeting teens. That's really what the big target with Smoke and Chill is. And I had wrote this about a year ago, and I just never really shared it. But first, I just want to say, I just want to give y'all the risk associated with teen vaping, because it go far beyond nicotine addiction. Research has shown that adolescent vaping can cause long-term harm to brain development, emotional stability, and mental health. Nicotine alters the way young brains process emotions, decision-making, and impulse control, increasing the likelihood of anxiety, depression, and mood disorders. Furthermore, many illegal sold vape pens contain unregulated chemicals, synthetic drugs, and dangerously high nicotine concentrations, exacerbating health risk. Studies have linked teen vaping to an increased likelihood of substance abuse later in life, making it a gateway to more severe addictions. And Brother Sharif said it may be a problem, but in York County, we watched an alarming crisis unfold right now on neighborhoods, and it is threatening the health and the future of our youth, and that's places like Smoke and Chill. A growing number of underage individuals are gaining access to these illegal vape products from this one particular establishment for years. Smoke and Chill is not just a regular retail shop. It has become a known hotspot for distributing vape pens, or what the kids call puff bars, to minors, despite clear laws prohibiting such sales. While official reports may not yet quantify the full extent of this issue, the community is well aware of the devastating impact. Parents, educators, and residents alike have voiced concerns that a significant majority of the vapes used by local teens originated from this store. You could talk to your kids, you could talk to kids in the community, kids at school. I think 80% of the kids, maybe 90% of the kids you talk to will tell you that they got their first illegal vape or nicotine products or paraphernalia from Smoke and Chill. What makes this situation even more depressing than Smoke and Chill is their calculated placement. I always said that from the beginning. The people who own Smoke and Chill is not from York City, not even from York County. So where they are placed at is almost like it's so calculated, because these places is mostly places that have trouble with poverty and addiction. And it's almost like it's not a coincidence where they placed that. The Smoke and Chill sits 1 block from the high school, within walking distance from a church, and the only recreational center in York City. It shares the alley with it. And these institutions meant to guide and support kids, the high school, the recreational center, the church, but Smoke and Chill was doing the absolute opposite. Instead of their presence serving as something good for the community, it almost serves as a pipeline to addiction, targeting minors who should be focused on education and personal growth. Despite community outcry, Smoke and Chill has expanded to 6 additional locations, the most successful business that ever came to York County, ever. The store doesn't just sell vape products, it also offers what they also offer crispy, crunchy chicken. It's almost like an obvious lure designed to increase foot traffic among minors. This kind of strategic marketing raises ethical and legal questions about whether these establishments are deliberately positioning themselves to exploit young, impressionable customers. And so I guess we're here today to just ask the council or a call to action. Because, at first we was being passive about it, but the passive that's done. It is no more a passive thing. This is over that. This is a high level of concern here. And I feel like we must take action to protect our youth. So we calling on city officials, law enforcement, and regulatory agencies to conduct thorough investigations in the Smoke and Chill and similar establishments suspected of selling vapes to minors. We asking that council or officials or whoever responsible, because I'm not really sure who's, I guess council would be responsible for approving these type of stores. Is that right?
No.
No?
No.
Oh, all right.
We'll take your information and share. You're sharing it here, but we will share that will be to the administration, and we'll share that to the administration.
Can I add something quickly?
Yeah.
With the comprehensive plan, we will be redoing our zoning ordinances. So that's good information. You've pointed out a need, for us to address as a city when we begin redoing our zoning ordinances.
Okay. So we just got 3 more. So number 1 would just be to conduct thorough investigations into these places. Number 2 would be to enforce stricter penalties on businesses that violate underage sales laws, including fines, license revoctions, and shutdowns. Number 3, we ask that you increase compliance checks and undercover operations to identify and penalize repeat offenders. Number 4, we ask you to pass local ordinances restricting vape shops from operating near schools, churches, and community centers to prevent direct targeting of minors. And number 5, we ask that we figure out some kind of way to educate parents and youth about the dangers of vaping, whether it's through school programs, public awareness campaigns, or community forums. We believe that our children deserve better. They deserve a future free from addiction. And I think the time is now.
Thank you,
That's
Mr.
all I got.
Thank you. Thank you. Further public comment this evening?
Good evening, Madam President, fellow city council members. My name
Good
is
evening.
Michael Walker, West King Street, York resident. And excuse my slur today, but I had surgery, but it was important enough for me to be here to discuss. Actually, 2 things, just as a sidebar. I did send to you, Diana, the information that we sent to Carol Hill Evans, Representative Evans, regarding some of the state and local ordinances that have been in place as examples on how to move with legislation for city council as an example. So you should have that in your email. The second aspect, the second issue I wanted to bring up was when Sharif was talking about, Brother Sharif was talking about, it was actually Kratom, Kratom, and it's actually a legal opioid that people use in the stead of heroin, and it helps with addiction, but it's also very addictive. There's another item that's being sold. It's called garage crack, and it is very addictive, and it's also very expensive. But there's no regulations on that. So that's just a follow-up to that. But I do want to address one other specific thing not associated with that. We are about 30 or less than 30 days away from a crisis that I talked about maybe 2 months ago. There was, on March 24th, our administration canceled all temporary visas. And what that means for us in York is that we have a good 9,000 to 12,000 folks who are here legally on these visas that are going to be canceled in two swaths. One in, I believe it's August 25th, but by May 1st, and then the second one is going to be around August 1st. And what we have yet to plan for is, number one, when that happens, that means any and all benefits stop. That means all work visas are canceled. And that is going to cause a repercussion that most folks are not prepared for. And I'm also bringing this up because we have our Haitian neighbors who, unlike our Latino neighbors, have CASA. They don't really have an organization that is actually, a center to deal with this situation. And there is no awareness, really. The awareness is very limited in our Haitian community right now. And so what we're going to experience is, at a time when everything shuts down, we're going to have a swath of folks who don't know what to do. And within the 30, 40 days, we're going to have evictions. We're going to have several things happening all at the same time. And because I volunteer, and as many of you already know that my sister Sandy, we do food runs almost every week. We're seeing that line exponentially grow. So we're going to have to prepare for not only that, but we're also going to have to prepare for what's going to happen to this community, not just that community, but this community in that time frame. And we also need to understand, because York, most people don't know that York is one of the hot spots. York has one of the largest populations of temporary visa holders, that we're going to be a target for ICE. And with the Alien Enemy Act in place, there's going to be a lot of attention here, and there's going to be some issues. So just imploring City Council, Madam President, to think about this, and to also implore both the administration and yourselves to prepare. because it's coming. And it was coming a lot faster than I thought it was. So, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Walker. Yes, ma'am.
Hi, my name is Cindy Martin, and I don't know if this is what I bring up here or not. I don't really know, but I just wanted to throw out there that there's an alley between Bergman and Dallas Street that the alley is all holes and everything like that. And last year I had called about it, and what they do is they go by and they just drop tar into those holes, and they don't even tamp it or anything. And the other one is at York Catholic. The sidewalk is so bad that a couple times I fell.
Sorry to hear
And that's on, is that Edgar? I'm trying to think if that's Edgar. Edgar, yeah. Yeah, the sidewalk is all crumbly and everything. I don't know if this is a time to say that.
Yes, it is.
Thank you very
You're
much.
welcome. Well, thank you for that, and sorry about you falling.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Is there any other public comment this evening regarding non-agenda items?
Opens the first alley.
Is there anybody else? Yeah, there we go, and then you can go up.
It's not a code, it's just. Hi, my name is Dolores Minaya, resident of York City. About the Haitian community, for what I understand, the YMCA, they have the welcoming center, and if anybody need any assistance, they can refer them over there. Jose Santiago has an open door, and I don't have the phone number right now, but the YMCA, they can find information about how to assist them. That's it.
Thank you, Ms. Manaya. Yes, sir.
Real quick, I live on the corner, on the South Albemarle Street and East Princess, and people are speeding up and down that street like crazy on their bikes, their cars. My queen there, she's from North Carolina, Miss Taisha, she screamed the other day because I was getting out the car and it was coming like this is me, and the car just went by. I had to move like that. They do it all day. That's a real quiet street, but there's no speed limit thing there, nothing. It's out of control. I'm surprised some of the longtime residents there haven't complained. I've been there 5 years, but they just speed up and down the street like it's a racetrack. And if anyone can't picture where it is, where they had the big fire last year with the factory or whatever,
Yes.
right? That block, they speed up and down that street. So maybe a speed odometer or something. So, and children from Phoenix Davies walk up and down that street. So
Thank you.
thank you.
Is there any other public comment this evening regarding non-agenda items?
Madam President, may I make a comment? I just, is that around the Albemarle Park? Is it one of the intersections crossing Albemarle?
Is around the corner, so if you come out on East
On
Princess,
Princess.
where Kinsley is, you come in town,
Dixon Motor.
and then there's a car
Yeah.
shop there, Dixon Motor.
Okay,
Make a left as soon as they get on that street.
okay. Because I've been to the traffic committee meetings and talked about traffic around the park, but it didn't continue. So you're talking about another block over, so we can bring that up to traffic committee too. Thank you.
Thank you. At this time, we'll call our legislative meeting to order. Madam Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Bub. John Askew.
Here.
Dennis. Here. Buckingham.
Here.
Washington.
Here. And at this time, all who can stand, if we can please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. In regards to action on previous meeting minutes, at this time, I make a motion to approve our March 18th, 2025 legislative meeting minutes, as well as our March 26th, 2025 committee meeting minutes.
A second.
Moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? That moves forward. At this time, we do not have any presentations, awards, or announcements. Our next legislative meeting for council will be held on Tuesday, April the 15th at 6 p.m. here in council chambers. All agenda items are due by 12 noon on April the 9th. Our next council committee meeting is scheduled for Wednesday, April the 23rd here in council chambers at 6 p.m. All agenda items are due by 12 noon on April the 16th. Moving forward, up next we have resolution number 22. Excuse me, Councilwoman Buck. Real quick, I do want to announce that this evening we will be pulling agenda item, resolution number 28, which will be agenda item number 12, which is our York 2044 comprehensive plan. Thank you, Clerk Thompson. Councilwoman Buck, the floor is yours.
I think, Diana, you were saying this was resolution 22?
Yes.
So introduce.
Resolution number 22, introduced by Elizabeth Buck. Be it resolved that council hereby approves a certificate of appropriateness to be certified and forwarded to the city clerk for work to be done at 287 West Market Street and 247 East Princess Street.
Move for a vote.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded. All in favor? Is there any council comment regarding this matter?
None.
Is there any public comment regarding this matter?
That's what you said. I didn't hear you. You said the 287 West Market Street. I'm sorry.
Yes, if you would, yes, sir.
I'm sorry.
No problem.
I'm Kevin Byard. I'm here at 287 West Market Street.
Say your name again, I'm sorry.
Kevin Byard, B-Y-A-R-D. And I'm here for 287 West Market Street, Pecan Tree Cafe. I guess I'm here because we just want to have it's a 4x8 display sign that goes under. Is an existing sign that's there, and we want to have the ability to be able to display time and temperature and different items and specials and foods and stuff on that particular display menu. And that's pretty much what it is. It's just like if you're familiar with York High, they have the York High sign, and up under there they have that's a digital sign, and that's exactly what we're trying to do there at 287 West Market Street.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Is there any other public comment regarding this matter? Madam Clerk, please call the vote.
Hub,
Yes.
John Askew,
Yes.
Dennis,
Yes.
Buckingham,
Yes.
Washington.
Yes, and that moves forward. Up next, new business and introduction of bills. We have introduction of bill number 5, so introduced.
That's bill number 5, introduced by Queen of Washington, a bill amending the 2025 budget for the Bureau of Housing Services by appropriating revenue and expenditures for CDBG and home grant funding reflecting changes due to rollover amounts from 2024.
And that is a bill and it will sit. Up next, we have introduction of bill number 6.
So introduced.
Bill number 6, introduced by Betsy Buckingham, an ordinance amending the budget for 2025 for the Treasurer's Office in an amount of $10,000 for other professional services.
And that is a bill as well and it will sit. Up next, we have introduction of bill number 7, so introduced.
Bill number 7, introduced by Queen of Washington, a bill amending the 2025 budget for the Police Department by appropriating revenue and expenditures for the funding received from the County of York as a pass-through for an award from the PCCD for a sub-grant of federal coronavirus state and local fiscal recovery funds in the amount of $33,438.89. to fund purchase of laptops and school supplies for students attending HAC through the GVI initiative.
And due to that being a bill, will sit as well. Up next, we have introduction of bill number 8.
So introduced.
Bill number 8, introduced by Teresa Jonescu, a bill amending Article 181 General Provisions of the Codified Ordinances to include eligibility and application process for appointments to city boards, authorities, commissions, and committees, establish attendance requirements and notification procedures, and outline compensation and conflicts of interest.
That's a bill and it will sit as well. Up next, we have introduction of bill number 9.
So introduced?
Bill number 9, introduced by Elspeth Bubb, amending Article 513 Vehicle Operation and Parking of the Codified Ordinances to include special events at the York Fairgrounds and times during which parking is prohibited on certain streets of the city.
And that's a bill and it will sit as well. Up next for new business, we have resolution number 23.
So introduced.
Resolution number 23, introduced by Betsy Buckingham. Be it resolved that council hereby consents to the following: reappointment of Baronita Banks to the Housing Authority, which shall expire the first Monday of April 2030. The appointment of James Sawyer, am I pronouncing that right? Sawyer, sorry. To the York Housing Authority to fill the unexpired term of James Crosby, which term shall expire the first Monday of April 2029, and the appointment of Albert Cooner to Jr. to the Susquehanna Area Regional Airport Authority, which term shall expire the first Monday of January 2030.
Move for a vote.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded. Is there any council comment regarding this?
Are Baronita or James here?
James is here.
James is here. Do you have anything that you want to share? Or maybe you can wait till after the vote. I don't know.
I don't, thank you though.
Thank you for your willingness to serve.
Is there any other council comment?
None.
Any public comment regarding this matter? Madam Clerk, please call the vote.
Yeah.
Okay, Bubb,
Yes?
Jonescu,
Yes.
Dennis.
Yes.
Buckingham.
Yes.
Washington.
Yes, and that moves forward. It's your big moment, James.
James, you thought you was going to get away with not standing up, but sorry, buddy. Right to the podium there. I'm going to administer the oath of office to you real quick. All right, I just need you to raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
James Sawyer.
Do solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
Diana Thompson. No, I'm just kidding. The Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and that I will discharge the duties
and that I will discharge the duties
of my office
of my office
with fidelity.
with fidelity.
Congratulations.
Thank
You can come up
you.
here. Sign it for me. Come here, James.
It's more, it's more.
Just sign right there, and then
I'm not getting away that quick.
all right, thanks, Lefty.
As I always share during this time, I encourage our residents in the city of York. We have several authorities, boards, and commissions that you can serve on when the openings come available, and we encourage you to seek out those opportunities. Your voices are meaningful to us. Your opinions, your ideals are very valuable to us, and those are great opportunities to voice those opinions, to be around the table, and to create some solutions for our community. And you can find that information on our website at yorkcity.org. Oh, thank you. Up next, we have resolution number 24.
So introduced.
Resolution number 24, introduced by Felicia Dennis. A resolution approving agreement. Is there a motion to introduce by short title?
I'll make a motion to introduce by short title.
Is there a second? All in favor, yes?
Yes.
Opposed, no. It's a resolution approving agreement with goods disposal service for the collection and disposal of large items for residential properties.
Move for a vote.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded. Is there any council comment regarding this?
None.
Any public comment? Madam Clerk, please call the vote.
Public.
Oh, there's public comment. Yes, sir. I apologize. I didn't see you.
Manuel Gomez, resident, City of York, still. Madam President, there's been a lot of chatter regarding contracts generally, and bids, and transparency, and visibility. How many bidders did you have for this, if you recall?
Refuse was 3.
You had 3? Okay. And the winning bidder was the one that we have here. I just wanted to remind people, the contracts go out, it's a standardized process. The bids are placed, there's a certain time frame, it lapses, and we get what we get. If people don't come forward, there's not necessarily a controversy involved in the bidding process itself. That's why I wanted you guys to actually make sure to remind folks there was a bidding process. There were applicants, and that's how all the processes work here. If people step up, more the better. And I say that because we know that the pricing was announced and it'll be changing shortly. And I don't think people understand that that's not anything anybody wanted. But
Gotta show up.
Thank you. Is there any other public comment regarding this matter? Madam Clerk, please call the vote.
Bub,
Yes.
John Askew,
Yes.
Dennis,
Yes.
Buckingham,
Yes.
Washington.
Yes, and that moves forward. Up next, we have resolution number 25.
So introduced.
Okay, give me just 1 second here, I'm a little bit behind.
No problem.
All right. Whereas resolution number 25 introduced by Felicia Dennis, whereas the city doing business as York City desires to undertake a project, Farker Park Master Plan. Now therefore be it resolved that a grant application, which includes the document titled Terms and Conditions, may be electronically signed by the city, by the mayor, as well as all other related documents related to the Farker Park Master Plan Improvements Grant Project.
Move for a vote.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded. Is there any council comment regarding this?
None.
Any public comment? Madam Clerk, please call the vote.
Bub,
Yes.
Dennis, or Teresa,
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Askew, Dennis,
Yes.
Buckingham.
Yes.
Washington.
Yes, and that moves forward. Up next, we have resolution number 26. So introduced.
Resolution number 26, introduced by Queen of Washington, whereas the city's ordinances states no city department or employee shall employ or retain any other counsel in the city in any city matter except that council may in its own discretion employ counsel for its own assistance or for the assistance of the controller or treasurer, and whereas the treasurer desires to retain the independent services of legal counsel, now therefore be it resolved that council hereby approves the hiring of outside legal services for the office of city treasurer.
Move to approve.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded. Is there any council comment regarding this?
None.
I see we have our treasurer here. Do you have any comment?
I don't have anything to add
Okay.
from the last time. Sure, questions.
Thank you. Is there any public comment regarding this? Madam Clerk, please call the vote.
Bub,
Yes.
John Askew.
Yes.
Dennis.
Yes.
Buckingham.
Yes.
Washington.
Yes, and that moves forward. Up next, we have resolution number 27. So introduced.
Is there a motion to introduce by short title?
Second.
Well, that was
I make a motion.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I went.
That's okay.
I was trying to squeeze it.
That's all right, thank you. Okay, resolution number 20, all in favor say yes?
Yes. Yes.
Opposed, no. Resolution number 27, introduced by Queen of Washington, a resolution modifying the intergovernmental cooperation agreement by and among the County of York, Pennsylvania, and the City of York, agreeing to modify the criteria applicable to members of the York County Uniform Construction Code Board of Appeals in accordance with York County Ordinance 24-3.
Move to approve.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded. Is there any council comment regarding this matter?
None.
Is there any public comment? Madam Clerk, please call the vote.
Bub,
Yes?
John Askew,
Yes.
Dennis,
Yes.
Buckingham,
Yes.
Washington.
Yes, and that moves forward. At this time, we do not have any requests for any future meetings. Do we have any council comment this evening?
I want to thank the YWCA for recognizing council on yesterday for our work. And we want to just publicly say, or I want to publicly say, along with the team, thanks to the YMCA, the YWCA for recognizing us.
I think we all agree with you.
Yes, we do all agree with
Yes.
you. Great way to end Women's History Month.
Yes.
Do we have any administration comment this evening? At this time, it is 6:41 p.m. and our meeting is adjourned. Everyone have a wonderful evening and an even greater rest of the week.
Lights off.